Hi, I'm Karen Porter, and this is your Best Life Reset. And I'm so excited that you're here with me and that you're taking this on for yourself and being committed to yourself. So what I'm doing today is really giving you an overview of the program, and you're going to get so much more in the Facebook group and in the Zoom meetings that we'll have, but I'll tell you a little bit more about those. And I've got some notes, so you might see me looking down the odd time. I just want to make sure that I'm covering everything. So first, as I said, I'm going to talk about the program overview. I'm just going to touch quickly on what you've received in your kit or are going to receive. I'm going to go over some commonly asked questions, and then I'm going to go over some basic instructions to do with the program and how you get started. So what's in the kit? So in the welcome package, I've tried to put as many of the supports, as much as my love into the welcome package for you. I really want you to have amazing success on this program. And if you are fully committed to yourself and, really committed to a change, you are going to benefit from this, not only physically, but you're gonna benefit mentally and emotionally as well. So I will go ahead and jump into it. So in the box, you are going to receive the 2 guides. Right? So I'll explain those a little bit, but you'll receive everything you need in written format in those guides. And I don't want you to get hung up or overwhelmed with all the information, because we're going to be going over that together. But there are so many great resources in there for you. It's not like a textbook for you to read through and memorize. But it's a great reference for you to have. You're going to get either organo reishi mushroom infused coffee or tea, and there's so many benefits to the coffee. It's immune building. It's good for your nervous system. It's good for blood sugar balance. Helps normalize and balance blood pressure. It's just such a good support always, but especially during the reset. You're going to get a kitchen scale, and which is a food scale. And the reason that you're getting it is because we're going to learn, we're going to really have a good idea of how much of each category you should be eating. Don't be, I was hesitant about a few things. And one of the things is the scale, but honestly, it helps you so much. And after a couple of weeks, you have a really good idea of, how much you want to be eating, and you'll find out what your body needs. Also in there is one of my favorite books called Atomic Habits. And it's really got some great ideas on how to, really implement good habits, and how to maybe distinguish or get rid of some of the habits that aren't so beneficial to you. It's not something you have to read right away. You can read it in very small chunks, during the reset, or save it until after. It is entirely up to you. Just a book I love that is so good for mindset. I've also put a spice combination that I made and just put together for you. I love it on when I roast cauliflower. I love to put that on top. But there's lots of different uses for it. You can put it on chicken. You can put it on other vegetables. So many good things. Also in your package, you've got, what else have we got in there? I should have had it out. You've got a measuring tape, which you may already have one, but just in case you don't, or you don't have it handy, if you look in the guide, you are going to see specific dates when we want to take measurements. And I didn't provide it, but you're gonna use a scale. Now, I've often said, don't let that be the judge of your day. And I really up until this program, I encouraged women not to weigh themselves. But in this program, it is actually a motivator because you're going to watch the weight go down, and it is going to help to motivate you to keep doing what you're doing and keep doing what your body, is craving for you to do. So the measuring tape and your own scale are really going to help you to see the progress that you're making. And then really the last thing in there, no, that's all that's coming to my mind right now. I've got my box with most of the things over there. I know what it is. I have a homeopathic support, and it may be somewhat different for, I'm going to have 2 different types based on the availability of the product that I could get. Both of them are amazing support. So whether you've got the drops or you've got a pill format, they are both great. And I want you to know that you can do the reset program without taking them. But I'm going to tell you that when I took them and when my pilot group took them, we all took it, and it's just to support. Homeopathy is only ever to support the body. It's not like a supplement. It's definitely not like a medication. It's not like PX90 or 90PX or whatever that was. It's not an appetite suppressant. It's something that helps with your blood sugar to keep it stabilized, and it helps with your hormones. So the HPA axis, which is your hypothalamus, your pituitary, and your adrenals. And that is really what's so important. What I really want you to know is that this program is all about healing. So unlike any other program that you've been on or heard about, this is not just about weight loss and the number on the scale or even inches. Those are, bonuses. Those are the side effect of actually healing your body. So the biggest difference with this program is that it is a healing program, and half of the program is meant to help you ease back into your regular life, right? To make, the majority of the changes that you're making a lifestyle while adding things back in and keeping your weight consistent. This is really what is so important. So let me know if you have any questions about that support. But no, even the coffee or tea with the reishi mushroom, which is an adaptogen, is also going to help your blood sugar. But as I said, I'm trying to give you the supports that you will need to make this a success. I've also got in there Smooth Move tea, which is a senna tea. And if your digestion does change and you have a bit of constipation, magnesium citrate is good, or a senna tea. And I'll talk further about that as well. So that's really what's in your kit. And the guides are so important, and I will just touch on that. So there's so many supports that you're going to get in this program, from those which are written, handheld, tactile, to you're going to get the information on our online portal called Practice Better. So the modules will be in there. Today, this first Monday, the 16th, they are being released at 3:00. But in the future, it's always going to be released on a Monday at 9 a.m. And Practice Better is also amazing because you can record information. The second guide, I'll just show you, has the first half of it is really a journal, right? And if you're the type of person that likes to write things down, then use that journal. But if you're not, then you can use the Practice Better app, either on your computer or on your phone. It's so super easy. You can take a picture of your lunch and your dinner, upload it once a day or when you take it. or when you have it rather. And, that way we're communicating. I can see what you're doing. I can give you the thumbs up. I can give you recommendations or, other suggestions. It just helps keep you accountable, and it helps me give you things that, that can help you. In there, you can also put your weight, your water intake, your bowel movement, your measurements. You really can use that as much or as little as you want, but the food part is just so great to share and get feedback and know that you're doing it right? So as I said, some people might like to, wrong place. Some people might like to write it down, but others, you will love Better, the app, or the full name Practice Better, just for tracking and communication and accountability. In the back of that same second guide is all the course material. So what is going to be starting next week online is also available to you as a reference in here, which is great. So it's really great for everybody. If you like to look at things on the computer or on your phone, it's perfect. Or if you're like me, I kind of like to have it. So regardless of what I'm doing, I can just have a look and find what I need, right? So that is the second guide, which is called Journal and Weekly Modules. In the first guide, which is called just a complete guide, program manual, and recipe book, the first half of the book is really the instruction manual and how to do things. And what I really want to encourage you to do is write on this page, and maybe I would love it if you posted it in the Facebook group. What does your best life mean to you? What do you want to bring into your life, and why is it important to you? Because even though the food plan is simple to follow, it doesn't mean that there might not be days where you feel challenged or tempted by something. And having this is going to be great for you to have a look at and realize that these goals that you have are far bigger than that piece of bread or that glass of wine or that piece of cake or potato chips, whatever your thing is. Sorry, I've just given you too many things to think about there. So this is really, really handy. But what we're going to be doing really simply is we're going to be having 4 ounces of protein, 4 ounces of non-free veggies, and you'll see what I mean, and 4 ounces of fruit. That's where we're going to have at each meal, and unlimited free vegetables. So some vegetables are really water dense, things like cucumbers and celery and bell peppers, things like that. Spinach, some other amounts of greens. Those are unlimited. So I really want you to get in, as much of that as you can. Our leafy greens are so beneficial for us, right? So, try and get in that, but then keeping to the 4 ounces of the other things. And fruit becomes dessert. I never would have done that in the past. But yeah, your 4 ounces of fruit, and I mix it up. So it's, for me, I almost never did just one fruit. I would combine different things, and it gives me some variety of, some apple slices and some berries, or some, I'm trying to think of another fruit, grapefruit and watermelon, or whatever you want. Just mix it up and eat it slowly. And you're going to find that 4 ounces of each of those things is more than enough for your body. The other main thing is we're cutting out healthy fats. And though I always talk about the benefits of healthy fats, for this 6-week period, it is okay to go without healthy fats. We need fats for our neurotransmitters, for our brain, for our body. However, we can go 6 weeks without the healthy fat, and it benefits us. It benefits our our digestion, our liver, our gallbladder, and it really is part of being in the healing state, as well as the fact that we're eating this anti-inflammatory diet, right? So what you're going to do in the morning is start with water, like 3 cups if you can, then have your organo tea or coffee without milk or sugar or anything, and then drinking water throughout the day. So, and then we're doing intermittent fasting, so you're just having lunch, from anywhere from 11 to 12 to 1 o'clock, whatever works for you. And then you're going to have dinner. So it's 2 meals. And then you're going to be having your drops or your other homeopathic supplement, not a regular supplement, but I think you know what I mean. You're going to be having that in between meals, and drinking water throughout the day. So those are, the main things, but there is quite a bit more that I'm going over in the Zoom classes. It's in the guide, and and in the Facebook when you ask questions, I'm definitely going to be answering in there. So what did I want to tell you? And in the back of the first guide that I was just talking about just now are recipes. Now, don't get hung up looking at all the recipes like, oh my gosh, I'm never, I've had women that don't use these recipes at all. And you can go as simple and plain as you like. You can eat raw vegetables, cooked vegetables. If you're having cooked vegetables, you can actually do 5 ounces because they're 4 when they're cooked. And your meat can actually be 4 to 5 ounces before you cook it. So, what else did I want to say there? That is really the premise. So if you just think of meat, or if you're plant-based like I am, we're going to think of plant-based protein. So meat or plant-based protein, and then veggies, unlimited free veggies, and fruit for dessert. Okay, so that is the main premise. I'm going to teach you how to cook without oil because that's a healthy fat, how to roast without oil, how to have salad dressings without oil. It might sound like, oh shoot, there's oil in so many things I do. And you know what? There often is, but there are delicious ways to do it without the oil. So just keep that in mind and keep an open mind. When we're talking about plant-based sources of protein, they would be things like chickpeas, beans, and lentils, those type of things. You can also have egg whites. We're just not having the yolks right now in that 6-week period. So I would often give them to my husband, or I hated throwing them out because I buy the organic, free run, most expensive eggs. So throwing out those egg yolks was just like, it didn't work for me. So I gave them to him. And keep in mind that we're doing these things for 6 weeks. You can do anything for 6 weeks when you have support. And, I am 110 or like 150% committed to helping you succeed, because that is truly what I want for you. And I know that there is so much in this program. Now, I've dropped my notes, so bear with me for a second just to make sure that I don't miss anything. And so I think I have already talked about each of the sections of the guide. What I wanted to talk about again, it's just the touch points that you've got. So I'm going to be doing the weekly Q&A in Zoom, and today being the first day, and I really want to get as many women live as can. I'm actually doing it at 9 a.m. and then at 7 p.m. in the evening. But I'm taking a poll. I'm trying to determine when the majority of people are available. And then it will just end up being one next Monday, and from there on in. And if you can't catch it live, the replay is going to be in the Facebook group, so you can always watch it there. But if you are watching live, you can always ask, the questions live and get answers. But even if you're watching the replay, you can put questions in the comments. So either way really works. You also get 3 private 45-minute sessions with me, by phone or by Zoom. I like Zoom because it feels more personal. I'm seeing you, you're seeing me. But it's totally up to you what you would like. And you can book them as soon as you log in to Practice Better, or book them down the road. But it's up to you to book those sessions, right? When you feel that you really want them. So I'll talk a bit more about that, but just know that you have those available. And then in Practice Better, as I said, you can record things. And I will be looking at that daily. I'm not going to look at it all day because that will just consume my life. But I will be looking at it at least once a day. So you will hear back from me when things settle down, when everyone is registered and I've got this out rolling. Life will get back to normal, I'm sure. And then, as I said, the modules are all in the online course. So it really is up to you how you want to learn. It's nice because in the online, there are images that you can see that just make things simple for you. When I do the Zoom calls today, I just did it live like this. But in the future weeks, I may have some slides to make things easier, and I may even do another Zoom by the end of this week, or a Facebook Live, because this is really the time when you're taking in a lot of information. But know that we're not making changes until this Saturday, and the program is comprised of 3 parts. The first part is just 2 days. It's called the loading phase. The second part is the losing or releasing phase. That's 6 weeks or just under. And then the final 6 weeks is called the maintenance or lifestyle phase. And as I said, that is really so important to make sure that you can continue, but bring some of your food back in, right? I mean, not that this isn't your food. You're gonna look at food so differently after you do this program, and you're gonna know what truly nourishes your body and makes you feel good. Like, isn't that the most important? And that's the thing. There's just so many people that we just don't realize. You might think you're being good when you don't have dessert for a week, or you know what I mean. But it goes so far beyond that in terms of what really fuels our body. And so these are the things that you're going to learn within the program. What else did I want to tell you? Okay, so in a nutshell, in the loading phase, it may be entirely different from what you're doing now. In fact, hopefully it is. But it's counterintuitive to losing weight or to being healthy. But you've got to trust me on this and trust the process, that by doing this, you're going to allow your weight to come off after. So you're going to be eating 3 meals for those 2 days and 3 snacks. You're going to be eating when you're not hungry, when you don't feel like it. We are trying to get toward 5,000 calories. And I know that sounds crazy, but it shakes up your metabolism and allows the losing to happen. People who don't do this don't have the same effect. Now, I'm less hung up on the 5,000 calories. I've never tracked calories in my life. And there are simple ways to do it. You can actually do it on Practice Better, but I've never done it on there. There are, different websites where you can track it, but I am less concerned with that and more concerned that you're eating throughout the day, as I said, 3 meals, 3 snacks, and that you are having calorie-rich and fat-rich foods. So fat-rich foods can be, avocado, nuts, seeds. So those are the healthy ones. But even during this time period, you can have things, maybe that you wouldn't even normally eat. It can also be your goodbye period to those things that you're not going to eat in the next 6 weeks. So eat your pizza and your pasta and your sweets and just any number of things. Now, if you were like me, I did intermittent fasting for 1.5 years prior to this. So for me, just eating breakfast again was like, oh, I'm going to eat as soon as I wake up. This feels so strange. And yet I used to do that years ago. But right away, I was eating when I didn't feel like my body was ready to eat. And that's what we're going to do in those 2 days. So I'm happy to answer any questions on that. But yeah, that's what we're going to do then. I've already described the losing or releasing phase. And then the maintenance or lifestyle phase is really bringing the fats in, the good nutrient dense carbohydrates. But don't even worry about that just yet. In fact, I don't want you to worry about anything. I am here as your guide and your support. And I'm not just going to tell you what not to eat. I'm going to show you how you can do it. How you can do it easily and tastefully, okay? And I'm even gonna coax you out of temptation if you should be there. I'm hoping that we can do that amongst each other in the Facebook group, but I'm also here definitely as a resource. You can ask me questions in Practice Better, but I really would love for you to put it on in the Facebook group, because guess what? If you have that question, probably other women do as well. So I didn't want to make this too long, so I'm going to, I think that's all I wanted to get out today. And just know that there are such big things coming your way. And I am just, as I said, I can't stop saying I'm so excited for you. And I'm excited for the compliments you're going to get when you start changing not just your weight and your inches, but when you radiate, you're happier. We're going to talk about stress management. We're going to incorporate things so that you are resilient, so that you can handle things better. And you're just going to be so darn proud of yourself for what you're accomplishing. So that it's all part of it. And I can't wait to be, well, we already are together, but I can't wait to be on this journey with you.